Before our wedding, my wife and I had a traditional ceremony where we offered tea to our parents. You don't see this in Christian weddings elsewhere, only Chinese Christian. How come? I asked around the church. Most said they asked someone older, who asked someone even older. But for me as a historian, that wasn't enough. I wanted to find out, how did Christianity become Chinese? But instead of a clear answer, all I could find was very specific case studies. Different times, different places, different subjects, just like on the left of the slide. Why such a mess? Because modern Chinese history is a mess. 5 governments over 50 years, differences depending on location, and many things happening all at once. Historians have had to break the past into bite-sized chunks, like studying rocks instead of the entire mountain. They lose sight of Chinese Christianity as a whole. Unless a Chinese Christian reads hundreds of history books, they have no idea who they are or why they do what they do. But there is a way out. Using the South China Anglican Church over 100 years as a case study, my research uses identity theory in psychology to bring it all together and restore the big picture. And it does this in 3 ways. 1. It highlights the meaning behind symbols and rituals in what is called symbolic interactionism. The identity of the tea ceremony is honoring one's parents. This is important in Chinese culture and is also mentioned in the Bible. 2. It examines how the surrounding environment shapes us, which is called social ecology. In Chinese culture, the family unit is the basic building block of society, especially in Hong Kong, where people depend on their extended family in everyday life. The tea ceremony is a reflection of this societal value. And 3. It emphasizes timing. Identity is formed as a process, not an event, which is called developmental stages. Generations of Chinese Christians figured out which wedding ceremonies to keep, like offering tea, and which to drop, like ancestor worship. Over time, they formed the identity of Chinese Christian weddings. Identity theory paints the big picture of the past, like we see on the right of the slide, not overemphasizing a particular time, place, or activity, but incorporating everything. Identity is the key to understanding modern history, even countries, cultures, and individuals. In history, it is the theory of everything. As for me, I can now explain the tea ceremony. Chinese Christian identity.